to you. Gaurav, and I will be now making you the
Presenter.
presenter where I have to find you. Yeah. So you will be the host.
Uh,
Yeah. Gaurav, over to you.
yeah,
Now
okay.
it's your place.
Oh, yeah. So first of all, I think thanks, Ankur. It's again nice to catch up with you. I mean, I don't think you will know, but me and Ankur knows each other from more than 20 years. It has been great, knowing Ankur. And thanks to each one of you to take out time. I mean, I was also a bit skeptical initially when Ankur told me, that this is what he's doing, but I realized I think this is really really apt for each one of us in terms of what we do in finance. So quickly about myself, as Ankur mentioned, on a personal side, I come from Uttarakhand. I'm an adventure freak. I do paragliding. I mean, I'm certified pilot. Uh, Driving trips, trekking, done a lot of treks. I do as much adventure as possible. I'm a very good badminton player. I play practically every day. Uh, I love bikes. I do biking. I love cars. So I live as much as on an adventure side as possible. My wife is a pretty famous designer in Pune. She runs her own company. She's an entrepreneur. That's on the personal side. My daughter is also doing engineering and interior designing. Uh, on my company side, so Smollen is I don't think anybody of you would have heard the name. So it's a South African promoter company. So first half of my career was in a very corporate world. I think I got bored with too much process control and decided to dive down with promoters. I've been lucky enough. I've worked with some of the top talent or top promoters. I worked with Birlas directly, reporting to Manjushri Khaitan. Then I worked with Mr. Chapuria directly, part of the Isha Ambani team. Then with Mars Foods, Tasty Bite. Here also, it's a promoter-driven company. Uh, we are very big in terms of scale. We are a point of purchase specialist. So what we do is, if anybody you go to Nature Basket or DMart, and you see some of the people who manage the shelf, who tell you ye kharid lijiye, this is the scheme going on. This is what we do. We do shelf management, merchandising, promotional activities in the modern trade, and in the general trade, we have feet on street, who will go and do the sales for the brands. To give you a scale, we have 50,000 people, which I handle. It's close to 2,500 crore plus business we do in Middle East and South Asia. We work with at least 15 brands, around $12 billion of sales we do. So we are really massive in terms of touch points. We are now touching 4 lakh villages in the country. So you can imagine our reach is unprecedented, 10,000 modern trade points. In fact, the reach which Smollen has in India, actually no one has in the country. So we did a broad survey, to understand how we are touching the customers. So just to give you a scale, the Unilever is our massive account. So everything which Unilever does routes through us. And then we have Castrol, Abbott, TVS, you name it, and we work with the brands to manage their sales process. We are like super specialist in sales. We have practically, Ankur, you may not know, but our overheads is like 2% of the total top line. That's it. We have
That's it.
practically nobody. So nobody is hired till the time they are built or they are working for a client, except me. Maybe I mean I'm absolutely cost center. Some of us, but it's absolutely customer focused organization. Very very tech driven. So let's say I use AI practically every day. In fact, most of the slides in my presentation is through AI, and it's not dump and show. So we have certified license, a lot of money we have spent. So let's say we are now transitioning to cloud. So we got
Wow.
access to cloud last week, and Gemini I'm using from last 1 year. So Notebook LLM, Chat GPT, how we do our contractual. I will also take you through what we are doing on the text front. Uh, Before I start, can I have like quick in update or quick intro about you guys so that I feel more comfortable connected to each one of you? Yeah, I will start from Mulesh.
Hello, Gaurav. My name is Mulesh. I'm a chartered accountant and I'm Calcutta alumni. Currently, I'm working with Basis Vectors. We are US-based private equity firm, and I'm learning AI for last 1.5 years time, and actively using the cloud. Then ChatGPT is based definitely. Apart from this, I've implemented a few AIs, done a lot of automation where we can present our MIS on real-time basis to our management. Apart from this, I'm also writing few codes in Python to automate the activity, and I run these apps offline in my laptop and want to learn more and more about AI.
Oh, interesting, interesting. Pramod, over to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, good to meet you, Gaurav, and especially your this adventure side is really amazing. Congratulations. CFOs, typically we believe are like dull profession and this that. So I done marathons, but I realized that maybe I am in senior KG or junior KG compared to the guys like you who are in PhD. Amazing. Congratulations. So I
Thanks.
I happens to be finance professional across industries. I work across a last decade or so. I'm in BFSI sector. Especially, I work for a company called Asset Recognition, RSIL. So what we do is we manage stress asset, from the banking sector, BFSI sector as a whole. So large volumes we cater, and we also employ a lot of people. We have data centers and all. So AI is something, where I always feel like I know as much as a fan sitting in a cricket stadium knows about the cricket. So that much, So I see the players playing now in people like so would try to learn. Thank you, Gaurav.
Thanks, Pramod. I mean, I can tell you. I mean, I also don't know much AI. I mean, we are all learning, so don't feel left out. All of us are on the fringes of AI. Mohit, over to you.
Hello, hi Gaurav. This is Mohit. I'm actually working currently with British Telecom. It is a UK-based MNC which is into telecom area. So I'm looking after business partnering, which is more of financial planning and analysis, and you could say more of a commercial side of the business, which I'm looking after. So right now means just joined. Sankur is my ex-boss also, so I have worked under him. So just learning AI, how can I leverage it and use in our daily, I can say, stuffs.
Interesting, interesting. Nimit, over to you.
Hi, good evening. Nice to meet you, Gaurav. Nimit Arora, Head of Finance for the Coal Data Centers, supporting them to build data centers in India to support AI. But definitely want to learn that how we can use and how we can improve that.
Very interesting. Sorry, what's your company name, Nimit?
Colt.
Colt.
Colt, yes.
Is that Colt that thread company? No.
No. That's
That's a
Colt,
different-
COLT,
Ah.
City of London Telecoms.
Okay. And which country they belong to?
They belong to UK.
Okay.
You can say that.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So I will just share my slides, and then we can start. Keep it very engaging. Feel free to ask. Feel free to stop me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Gaurav. Hitesh this
Yeah.
side. So I'm the CFO at
Yeah.
Magic
Oh,
Bricks.
sorry. How can I
Yeah,
miss?
Gaurav.
No worries.
I
No,
can't
so I was
see
my
that top thing.
my camera was off. Maybe that
Oh,
part. Okay.
sorry. Even I missed Harsh. Now I'm realizing. Sorry. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Hitesh and Harsh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm CFO at Magic Bricks.
Oh.
If I look at the AI adoption, we are doing a lot of things on the product side. Means AI bot, AI agent. My call center in this year will be almost 50% AI related. But specific to finance, even I shared with the team last time also. We adopted automation when it's RPA. Right? Most of them, robotic process automation, and then this AI kicked in. So here to share my experiences and to learn from you all.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. I think we still use Magic Bricks off and on every week.
Yes.
Yes, Harsh, over to you.
Yeah, hi. Harsh, I'm based in London. I work for British Airways and I work for IAG actually. They own a couple of airlines like British Airways, Aer Lingus, etc. And I'm handling their SAP program. Also Chartered
Sorry?
Accountant Education.
SAP.
SAP, yeah.
So you are on a post-implementation review side or implementation side or technical side?
I'm being a chartered accountant, I'm more program management. So implementation plus post-implementation. IAG, because they own multiple airlines, like different airlines are at different stages. So some have been implemented, but they still need some update, etc.
Got it.
And some are
Got
still
it.
going through implementation. Yeah.
Right. I don't think SAP implementation is ever done. Till the time the company is closed, it's always WIP.
You're right.
I was part of the Nestle SAP implementation team. I mean, I'm actually SAP specialist. I mean, Harsh, I'm a P2P super user.
Okay, great.
I'm like super specialist. I mean, you know how Nestle trains people, so
Yeah.
good,
But
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, Gaurav, very good to know about you. I think obviously great to know about your professional background, but I think the fact that you play every day and you do so many adventurous activities takes the excuse away from me for not playing. So thanks
Yeah.
for.
No, I play. Today I played like 2 hours, because I got
Okay.
carried away. Then so I go every day. I mean, that's one thing which I don't miss, and it keeps us agile actually. I mean, that's my
Definitely.
perspective. It keeps your memory sharp, and that's a topic to discuss some other time when Ankur will permit. So I will just start with the thing, you know.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So you can see my slides. So I will not spend time on intro. I think we'll connect on LinkedIn. I will get hold of you guys. I was just thinking, unleashing AI. Why we need AI? These are some of the high ticket item I will cover: financial statement, text, and data. So we're doing a lot of work on text. We are working with PwC. In fact, by this month end, our whole text thing will be AI enabled, directly linked with the government website. And what is the way forward? So these are some of the things I thought of. But feel free to stop me. Since I am presenting, I will not able to see your hands. It's in a slide mode. So maybe Ankur or somebody has to tell me if somebody has a question or they
Sure.
have typed something on the
Yeah,
chat.
Gaurav, we will do that. You
Yes,
carry on.
yes.
No problem.
So it's funny, it doesn't tell. I mean, that's another thing. I was thinking, I think 2026 is for CFOs and AI, and I have attended multiple programs. I go meet people, CFOs. I think what I believe AI is, and that's my personal view, is co-pilot for integrity. So all these slides you will see, they are my personal slides, and on the notebook LLM slides, you can separately distinguish. I will tell you which slides I made from the notebook. So that's my view, that AI is a co-pilot for integrity. And just before this session, I was talking to some of the CFOs in Middle East and North Africa, and all of us were wondering, what AI will do. And some guy, I mean, really told that, can you audit what AI tells you? That's a question now statutory auditors are asking. If you're giving them something, and I'm pretty sure institute will come up with some guidelines how to audit AI output, right? I mean, even if it is a certified license, you still remain accountable for it. So I think AI can help you to have better view about the integrity of the things, but how do you take it ahead, is a very personal view about it. But in my mind, we still have to check, we still have to review what AI does, or you can have those white spaces where you will not come to know what when AI is wrong. So that's the way I see AI. It's a co-pilot for integrity. uh, so since all of you are CFO or will be CFO soon, or handling business responsibility. If you really see, we spend a lot of time on meetings. Human alignment. It's a very critical role. Let's say I spend a lot of time on aligning people. Conflict resolution or avoiding conflict totally. I think these are some of the things which AI cannot automate. How, even if we want to, that's not possible. I mean, human being human cannot be controlled through AI. So that's my view. That's a reality of the role, for the CFOs. So I think what AI is really doing is to compress feedback loops. I think a lot of rework which we used to do is getting stopped. So let's say I use AI when I have to write really technical email. I just dump the stuff, you just click, and I will show you how it happens. So let's say since we are the entire small n is on Google platform, so you can draft an email, and there is an icon in the email where you can just click and polish the email. So it will polish the email for you, and summarize it really well. So these are some of the things you can do, administrative friction and prevent drop balls. So these are some of the things which we can use AI for, especially in the text. So PwC is our, I will say, partner, where we are working on both direct and indirect taxes to implement the AI tool which they have, which we will close maybe in a month, this month end. I think the biggest benefit of AI is the time, which I have. So I'll give a very practical example. Let's say we do multi-year contracts. We are pretty big. And when I get a contract to review, it's very easy for me now to put it in the notebook LLM and ask, some of the critical things. In fact, you can make gems in the Gemini, and you can put some of the things, like tell me the indemnity clause, what kind of disruptive clauses are there in the contract, how much tenure it is, what is the lock-in period. So although my legal team is checking it, but now I can actually, ensure that the work has properly happened. And some of these clauses and some of these things, AI can very well check it. Hardly take like a second. So that's another thing. I think AI is really helping, and I'm sure. I think Hitesh, you mentioned. I mean, in Magic Bricks also. I mean, I'm sure with the AI introduction, there are some challenges which customer faces, but I'm sure it also helps you to optimize and have efficient associates to run the call center.
Correct.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
these
I'm
are
saying it's true.
yes.
True.
Tell me.
No, I'm saying this is true. So there's a learning curve, unlearning curve. So a lot
Yeah.
of things.
Yes. True. 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 Okay.
Gaurav, just one
Yes.
thing. When you say notebook LLM, what do you mean by notebook LLM? Like,
So
that's
it's
something
like
I
this.
have not.
So yeah, I will show you. Now
Mhm,
this is Google Gemini. So how it happens? So since you have touched now,
mhm,
since we are on a Google platform, worldwide,
mhm,
because of
mhm.
the data protection reason. So these are the icons you will get, and this is the icon for Notebook LLM. Which tells you
So this is a Google product.
this is a Google product. This is a AI. Now tell me, Ankur, and since you have touched upon it, it's very interesting to take you through. Uh,
Mhm.
Tell me, Ankur, any project on your mind which you want me to make slides or something, or let's say I don't know, AI and for finance. Let's say I want some details about it. So it will ask me. I can go here, AI. I will say search. Now it what is saying your notebook is currently empty, so I don't have any sources to draw from. I added the sources. Now it is researching websites, and we will come back to it. Okay. I will say it has 7 sources. I will say import.
On the right hand side, you can do a better one, Gaurav. I mean, you would
Yeah.
be using a lot. So on the right hand
Yes.
side, if
So
you
you can
click
do
on
everything. Yes. You
on
can
the
do
slide deck,
audio,
on the
slide
slide
deck.
deck,
Yeah.
if you click on right the arrow, you can also give the prompt on the slide deck what exactly you want, the theme, and maybe if you want say like BCG type.
Yes.
So if
So
you
let's
Where
click
where
on
to put that? Where to put that?
let's
on the
say I
slide
need
deck
a
on
On the
yes,
slide
इसके
deck.
right hand side पे so the
Slide
slide
deck.
deck पे
this one.
there is an expand
Let
button.
me tell you. It tells you, let's say, if I want to take a quiz. So now these are the
Understood, Hitesh.
slide decks, but here what you can do, you can prompt the AI to give you very specific requirement. These are the standard you can get. Let's say I can get audio overview. Now I have asked to generate quiz. I can ask to generate flashcards, which I can use. It can also create a video. Cinematic is okay. Okay, we'll do short because it's easier. But let it generate and we will come back to it. So this is called Notebook LLM. So let's say, just to tell you, uh, this is what I used for our presentation today. If I go here, see, it tells me. So these are all the questions I asked. These are the sources I used. And this is the output I got, which I then went through, understood what, the data is saying, and then I edited it. That's the way it happens.
Mhm. Okay. So Gaurav, this is like more to create content, not to create an agent. Like I'm just trying to understand.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is to create content. So
Content.
I, I mean, see, agent and all is more applicable when you have a, let's say, magic tricks and all. I mean, I'm sure Hitesh technical team must be making it. For us,
Mhm,
it's more to do research. Let's say I wanted to do some research on liquidity, psychology of aspiration. I was trying to do some work on that. So
Samani,
these are
got
all
it.
the projects we did. So let's say it is now
Mhm.
working on it. Once, okay, I think it's already done. So let's see how the video looks like.
Okay, you did a video. Oh,
Yes.
okay. Okay. So you can, and there is a voice also. Voice is not there.
Yes.
Voice is there, Gaurav, in this.
Can you hear the voice? No.
We can't. We can't hear. I
But
maybe
the voice is there. So what
voice
I
is
can
there.
do?
Okay.
No, I can. Don't worry. I can download it and then show to you. Then you can, I think, hear it because I'm presenting, right?
And this video can be enhanced. This is like a basic start. So maybe you can enhance that video also.
You
Or it
can
will
add.
always be.
You can again add what you want. You can ask.
No, I'm saying like these are animated characters. So if I want to put some faces, you know,
That is again develop. That is like, what do you say? You need somebody to write it for you. Can you hear the noise now? Sound now?
yeah.
Finance department has functioned as a company's official scorekeeper. Teams of analysts spend late nights under a desk lamp, gathering historical data, reconciling spreadsheets, and producing reports that tell executives exactly what happened last quarter. Intelligence in their daily
Ah,
operations. Looking at this chart graphic alongside the light bulb with zero human touch. By automating these routines, organizations are cutting their per invoice processing costs by 70. When the manual grunt work disappears,
So this is the way you can optimize or use AI. So let's say yes,
uh,
so we have a tech team. We do use AI. We have a product which is called image recognition and smart store, which use AI. But from a
mhm.
finance point of view, the kind of business we are primarily using it to do those tasks or analytics or research which used to take days or hours. I can do it like at a click of a button now. That's where it helps.
I think this LLM I was not aware of. LLM notebook.
Yes, yes.
At least
No,
I
it's
have
very
seen.
interesting.
Yeah, it's very
You
interesting.
can
And
no
Gaurav,
effort.
you use only one source? Like you use only Google? Like you don't try to leverage two, three these models, or you only use Google, or you leverage two, three models to create your content or you research? How do you do currently?
We use only Google because of the
Okay.
DPDP requirements. Because Europe is extremely data, concerned about data protection. So the data protection laws in US, UK are pretty stringent in Europe, and in India also with the DPDP coming in, and the
So
fact that
Google gives you that assurance. Google gives you that assurance that nothing will go. Like Google will be responsible for any data leakage.
it's a certified license. So what is happening,
Okay.
Ankur?
Mhm.
Whatever I'm doing in Gemini is now not posted into a public network. The moment you use free license, everything you do is posted back to a public network. Now, the license means whatever queries I am generating and the output is coming, which stays within the small n system. It's not used by Gemini to train themselves.
So to add
Train means
on what Gaurav has said, so recently what they did, Gemini has changed their terms and conditions, and whatever you are putting on Google, be it your photo, etc., they said my model will now take it to for training. You need to opt out. So now the opt out is an optional. Mandatory is training the data. Similarly, Instagram last week, what they did, all your images can be used by other person for generating deep fakes. You need to go to Instagram to disable that. So by default now they are using our data for training. You need to opt it out. So
And
that's
where
why
I can opt out?
last time
Where I can opt out, Hitesh, because this is important. I
you
will
just
do this.
Google it, they will take you to the link.
Okay, I will do that at least. I want to opt out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
understood. Thanks. Yeah, Gaurav,
interesting.
over
So
to you.
yeah, so that's why we need licensed software. So let's say I don't use for that matter we don't use anything which is on a public domain. Uh,
Mhm. Got it. Now I'm clear. Thank you.
yes. Uh, important. Uh, that's something again. This is actually from Gemini. You know what Gemini believes what CFOs are doing, as we start using more and more AI. I think it will really help us to bypass IT bottlenecks. The way I see it, it really reduces our dependency on the teams to do some pretty basic analytics. Let's say in Notebook LLM or GEMS, I can go and do analysis of the economies for 10 years in Gulf. Let's say because I handle the business, I wanted to see how the GDP growth is there, how the population growth is there. Now, all that data can be made in like 5 minutes, provided your prompts are okay. So it really helps you to reduce dependency on day-to-day stuff on your teams or to the, I will say, data analytics team. Custom visualization. I mean, that's very interesting. I mean, I will show you some of the slides which I made. Well, let's say I go to a lot of events. Now I use only Gemini. I give them the right prompt, write some of my thoughts, and then Gemini convert it into a very interesting slides, or pick up data from the public domain, which is available to everyone, and then Gemini converts it into a logical slides. Going beyond the obvious, I think that's another interesting thing. So let me tell you another thing which we are doing. So let's say now when let's say my Middle East team send me a slide on the business performance for June, and most of us are constrained to see 20, 30 slides. I just put it in the Notebook LLM, and I ask Notebook LLM, please tell me the right questions to ask for the slide deck. It will tell you that this is not making sense. And if you make gems, and I uploaded last 6 months presentation, it will also tell you anomaly among those 6 months presentation. So let's say if your team told you that something will happen in June and mentioned it into the May presentation, and the June presentation has a different comment on that, the gems can detect it and will tell you, okay, the May presentation told that we will grow by 10%, but now we are growing by 6%. So now what is really doing, it's not that we are checking on the finance teams, but I think it's more efficient for me to really ask the right questions. But yes, you will still go through everything which they are throwing at you. Still go through the PPT. And if you are really hands-on on the business, 90% of the time, the output is fairly accurate. I mean, I've seen it, last 7, 8 months. So that's another interesting thing. It saves a lot of my time because I have multiple teams, multiple markets, very difficult to sometimes see all the slides in a limited amount of time. So that's another interesting thing you can do with Gemini.
Gaurav, one thing, you touched a very important thing, and this is something my experience also, that, while I also use AI for content creation and all, but, what about hallucination? Like I have experience wherein, sometimes it doesn't give the right information also, or it creates something. So how do you handle that? At least, any experience or anything you observed, feel like, how do you maintain that? Yeah.
It's a fair question. See, nobody is going to replace us. No need to worry at all. What AI is doing is making you more efficient, making you much more smarter in that way. So let's say when I ask AI to do an analysis of GDP for Gulf, it can't go wrong. But yes, if you ask a very specific question about your own company, or let's say when I upload presentations into it, it can have difference of view, because in the end, the data is written by us. Somebody is writing a comment, AI is reading those comments from the presentation. You will still go and check it, Ankur. Now, in case as Hitesh was saying, or let's say when you do a lot of outsourcing work on invoice processing, and a lot of things you can automate through AI, absolutely no doubt in it. Let's say the smaller loans by Bajaj Finance and all are is now done through AI. They don't involve manpower. I think some 50,000 lakh rupee loan they just disperse through AI. That is absolutely okay because AI is checking PAN and Aadhaar. But when it comes to technical matter, treasury, taxation, you still have to go back and read it. If you ask me, can it replace reading the output? The answer is no. So let's say if I made a slide, I went through the output again. But where it is saving your time is collating that data, going through net, doing that search. It's all gone now. You remember we used to go to Google, type, show us EY reports, download those reports, read it. Never happened. All that nonsense is gone now.
No, one thing, Gaurav, which just to add what Ankur asked. So there is a prompting technique also. Maybe if you just study it, generally it depends on ROCD part: role, objective, context, and data. So if you construct your prompt in that format, what is the role you are asking for? What is the objective? What is the context? And what is the data you are providing? Then your answer will be very sharp, to the point, and contextual. even on the data, you can also, the Claude has launched multiple hats. Means you can give the situation to that particular Claude template and they will test the answers basis you. Just like a six thinking hats, they have a different roles. One will be your side, will be the other side, will be third party side. So all this information is available on internet. If you just Google it, the Claude recent thinking hats or ROCD formula prompting, then you will find this will be very useful. And once you start using it, your all prompts will be in that shape also. Maybe you can write a prompt to convert that one.
Yes. See, what we are doing, you can do a very interesting scenario analysis through Cloud. I mean, if you really have to use it, it's just amazing. Another thing which we are doing is the in the income tax now, BEPS has come in and master files we are making for multiple countries. Now you can actually ensure that your master files are completely aligned. Let's say we operate in 60 plus countries. Let's say handle around 6-7 countries. It's very easy for me to now see the syncing of the data, syncing of the thought process. But Hitesh, you're absolutely right. And for an ease of conversation, I mean, even if you don't understand prompt, what we are saying is you go and use it. You will get better as you use it. The first step is to use it. That's what is required. But you're absolutely right. There are classes you can learn on prompt management or prompt control. Okay, I will. Yeah, some of the things I was thinking, and I asked AI that we should not use AI to build just to automate a manual process bit fast. I think we should really spend time, as Hitesh rightly said, that what we really want to come out of AI. That is very important when you do from a policy framework, but you will come to this stage when you have spent at least a year or so, your organization is ready, your finance teams are ready. So let's say in my case, I'm working with the finance team to make them ready. Maybe 7-8 months we will be there. This is very interesting. I like this. This is again from AI. Gemini, the AI first rule. So we are doing it actually. So as a process, whenever I have a conversation with my team, let's say they are presenting something to me, since all of them has access to Gemini now, the only question I ask is, did they check something from AI? Did they use AI? If you have a bigger team or you manage teams, I think, and you have a certified license, please implement this. This will really help teams to start using it, because there is bit of a bottleneck in the teams also to start using AI. I think out of all my slides, this is one message you should carry with you. Ask your teams to use AI. That will really change the culture step by step over a couple of months.
I think all of that's actually very important, and and it is both ways. Like I will give my experience just for the audience. Like currently, at least the where I'm working, Indigo. So therein we are having Copilot. So I am seeing a different trend. The staff is using more. The people at the top are still relying on the people to give them. So I'm saying somewhere change has to happen. Probably
Yes.
you're already picking up that change. So you're pushing that down. But yeah, AI first will I really pick as a takeaway, because I think that is somewhere you will create a culture, because that something is missing at the moment. I totally agree. Thank you.
You are so right. And I don't have much experience, but I personally believe as a CFO, or let's say as a finance lead, that change will start from us. There is no point you talking to your teams about AI when you yourself are not using it. So I never talk to my team till the time in last 3-4 months I started using it. When I go to events, I use it. When I have to do data analytics, I use it. Let's say I told you we are moving to cloud now, so I'm learning cloud. And I realized scenario analysis is just amazing in cloud. It can automate your sheets, by the way. So there is no limit to which you can go and play around with the cloud.
Yes.
It's like it's addictive. So I will also share some interesting stuff on this is coming from there was this event I went as a moderator, hyper precise financial statements, how AI can help us to do a continuous close. So each one of do closing or part of the closing framework, and these are some of the thoughts I had. that AI can also help us to do better analytics, better scenario planning. You can actually do a lot of work on the AP side, through the AI. So can we do a continuous close? Can we have a much hyper precise financial statement? So let's say what I did, I can actually do an analytics of my provision sheet, which team makes. And AI can tell me, and AI actually tells me that this provision doesn't look okay. There is an anomaly in the data if you have 2 or 3 years data uploaded into it. So these are some of the checks or things you can do. But I'm sure Hitesh, I mean, you can relate it. So you can have agentic AI. So you may not know, but nowadays Big Four use around 12 to 15 tools when they do our audits. Including interpretation of accounting standards and the implementation. We always have audit tools like IDEA and all, but you can use AI for anomaly detection. Let's say I have built a gem, or what I do, I have put all my contracts into the AI, and I have asked a simple question: tell me the total value of indemnity claims I can have if all the contracts get materialized. Now, just imagine to do this. So we have around 2000 plus contracts. Just imagine I ask my legal team, can you tell me how much total indemnity I'm running into the company because I need it for insurance? It takes like 2 months for everybody to go through the contracts. Some of these things you can do through AI. But again, in my view, there is no end to which you can go and play around with it. But I have given you a very practical example. In fact, this was one of the question came in one of the conversation, and we were doing some global analysis of risk for the organization. Like, who knows, for a global company like British Telecom, all the contracts you guys have done, what is the total value of indemnity claim which can come in case of non-adherence to a contract clauses? I can assure you, nobody will know, unless otherwise excluding if your legal and contract teams are really, really smart. I mean, I have not seen it. I have gone through multiple contract cycle reviews. So these are some of the things you can do. What kind of clauses are not matching with your contractual clauses? That comparison AI can do, which let's say I do when I get a contract now from a customer. Even if legal has checked it, if it is a material contract, I spend half an hour, ask multiple questions based upon my business understanding, and it's very easy. It's very iterative process, where AI can help you. Okay. So I think these are more that was different topic. But yes, just to let you know, I was talking to we are audited by GT. I was talking to GT partner. How are you checking disclosures? Who is making your presentations? How are you now selecting sample? Most of the stuff they are now doing through AI. They have created their own tools, their tech teams. A lot of stuff which statutory auditors used to do manually is now moving to AI, because it's pretty standard. Engagement letters, drafting, audit opinions is all pretty standard. So these are some of the things they are moving to AI from a audit point of view. So this is so now just to give you an insight, if
Gaurav, sorry,
huh,
just to hold. So
yeah,
probably, as a discussion point, and probably I was thinking about the contractual point, and you raised about BT. So in my experience, I think what I also realized while talking to you, that being BT is I'm not comparing, but multi-geography, and many things are business, SBUs are driven. And so probably what is equally important, I'm realizing now, that how your database is managed in the background. While at a
yeah,
CFO level, you are having that control, but probably how do people are really managing the database? Because you can only leverage the AI if you have a strong database for AI to understand your business also. Because the more you will feed in data to AI, the more it will and it needs some history about your organization to understand. So that level of, I think, so initially, like a child, I see AI as a child. Like, initially you have to train that child for your organization, because you're talking about an organization. So I realize that as an organization, or as an CFO, or any leadership position, you have to first train that child. And but this child will get teenage very quickly, because just it needs couple of research points, couple of reference points. And I think Hitesh also mentioned reference, I think, which I really like. You have to give some context and reference to the AI. So I think then it's giving you wonderful results, because in my experience, and I'm using AI more in my personal space because Indigo has a very limited usage of AI from a data perspective right now. So what I have realized that I'm using ChatGPT and Claude both. Copilot I'm not using per se, and the more they know about me, what is happening now? Actually, they tell me from a 3 months old conversation what I can do today better. So probably what eventually it is happening, it is giving me guidance, at least Claude also, that you can do this better. You did it 3 months back this way. So there are a lot of reference has been created in the system. It is a little riskier also because it knows more about me, more than my family sometimes. But at the same time, it is it is also helping me to save my time. So I think so. The contract point I really again is the second takeaway for me, key takeaway that probably how do you build a database in the background so that you can AI? I think that's something we all can use practically. I think that's why I want to discuss on that point. Thank you. Yeah.
So you're absolutely right. So let's say we are on a journey. We have done 100% database management for our text matters. Because the tool is from PwC, it's AI driven. So how does the tool work? If you get a notice, I just put a notice into the tool. I get a reply with a cross reference because the tool has a complete access to the PwC database. We did a broad math. It's a 60% consulting cost spend reduction over the next 2 years because most of the work the tool will do, and we only
It's a
need somebody.
PwC proprietary tool, Gaurav. It's a
Yeah, it's
PwC
PwC
proprietary tool.
proprietary tool.
So,
Yeah.
but still you are saving costs because PwC will be charging for the tool. Still, you feel it's
Yeah,
a
so we'll pay
saving.
some cost for the tool, but it will reduce a lot of time. So let's say that withholding tax reconciliations and all. So the tool will do automatically on its own. We are now also implementing the GST framework tool, which will have. I mean, but that's what we are targeting: zero intervention in the reconciliation and anomalies detection. And the tool is also now go and check all the notices on the GST website. So that's the way it will be working. So we are also sure that none of the notice being missed. It's not person dependent. If any notice is issued to the organization, we will get automatically in the as a pop-up in the tool.
So, Gaurav, I think this is again an important point you raised because I will give a reference. So recently I was reading an article in Mint and talked about that most of the consulting companies they are using tools internally. However, the way they are charging the clients is still not reduced because what they are saying that they have to train their resources. They're spending a lot of money on tokens. So actually, so probably as a CFO, because this is an important point, maybe you have covered later on, you can cover later on that while you are engaging PwC tool, you are using everything looks brilliant, but ultimately you said initially 2%, overhead, 2% overhead, the word you used, which was very interesting for me. So then how do you manage your cost? Unless until you're covered in the later slides, I'm okay. But if not, then probably we can cover it now. But how do you manage that cost perspective? Because ultimately everything will lead to cost. We will keep on adding tokens without any billing reduction from bill. I'm not asking for any numbers, but I'm just trying to perspective from your side.
So I think what you're asking is a very pertinent question. I will say it has two sides to it. As a CFOs, sometimes we rate technical consulting and compare it with the cost. That itself is a wrong premise. My personal view and working with promoters, from top 10 wealthiest promoters to the very corporatized environment. If you're a successful CFO, you need a very strong consulting teams to work with you. If you handle too much chaos, let's say I did $1 billion transaction, we did a valuation from 100 CR to 5,000 crore. It was not done by me alone. We have very strong partners. We paid like $1 million consulting fees over a period of time. So for us, it's not a fees at all. We are not even looking at the cost. What we are looking at is the value add we will get. My team will save time on an operational matter, which can be done by the tools. Secondly, now once you have a good relationship, absolutely, 30 to 40% reduction in the billing rates we are looking at. Some of it has already been flown in, some will come in. Thirdly, I always believe if you are early mover as a CFO on the tech adoption, that itself gives you a winning edge in the market. Let's say today, all my text data is online. If somebody goes in the team, I'm not even worried because it's 100% tracked to the extent from notice to reply, draft reply, final reply. And all of us know, आज अगर हमें पूछना पड़ जाए कि उसका वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट दे दो जो हमने रिप्लाई फाइल किया था 2018 में, वो वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट तो किसी को नहीं मिलेगा क्योंकि उसके वर्जन्स कितने हैं nobody knows. So see, and that's my personal view, nothing against or for consultants. You should have the best of the talent who should work for you. I'm not expert. Secondly, you keep a close watch on the output they are giving you. And thirdly, if you have budget, you should be most aggressive to adopt tech. Let's say we are few of the companies in PwC India who has adopted everything which they have because there is a value out of it. Now in next 2 months, everything is in the system. As you said, the idea is to have right database. Now we have implemented contract labor management, contract CLM tool, contract management tool, contract lifecycle management tool. The idea is every contract should be automated. Today, starting next month, I don't have to worry what contract is expiring. I can just go click, get it on the database. See, some of these investments we are doing because we want our people to do the right jobs, not the job which can be done by the machine. That's the way I see. That's my personal view. We are aggressively and heavily investing in the tech. Secondly, we want to be ahead of the curve. I don't want to chase a curve. That's not the way I have been successful. I have been successful because we always went ahead and did the things which nobody is doing. I mean, that gives you a winning advantage in the market as a CFO. I mean, you command premium out of it. When you go for any other, even for another job, you know what is available in the market, what tech can do for you, and since you have done it by your own hand, I think you have a winning edge here. I mean, in the end, it all comes down to how smart you are, when it comes to competition, right?
I think,
But yes,
Gaurav, you bang on. I think two things I picked up, and I'm sorry I'm taking a lot of time, but
no,
I'm
please.
just for the audience. So I think two things come up out of this point, and I was noting it down. One, I think just a comment on the reliability and backup. I think that I really again find it very useful because now there are a lot of attrition issues in the company, and people at especially who are starters 0 to 5 years, they are early leavers in the organization, because of the market conditions and all. So you have a lot of liability from database perspective, so that you can avoid in case of they suddenly disappear or something happens as a backup. So AI will give you that backup. So probably that's something I totally agree, and it's a point to note. But I think the one other interesting point which you mentioned, which is something again topic for discussion, like you will be able to generate more time for yourself or your team when you use PwC tool or any tool. Leave the cost apart. Now I will not bring in cost. So probably now you have say 10 hours in a day which you work in office. Out of 10 hours, you are now saving 2 to 3 hours because of these tools or whatever. Uh, how you are asking your team to reutilize your time, because ultimately time saved should be reused also, because that's what an expectation from even from promoters or stakeholders. How do you do that? Like, is it something messaging to the team, or is it something happen naturally?
Ankur, that's why I love you. Yeah. I mean, I still miss our Nestle days. See, and whatever I'm sharing is my very personal view, right? Each one
We
of
are
us
all
has a
talking
journey.
personally. Yeah.
Yes. You know what I tell my team, and I have very big team. I have 70 people, 15 chartered accountants, like top of the breed talent we have, because we run. You can imagine we do $12 billion of sale. For us, every day there is a war in the market. I want them to have idle time. What is the definition of idle time? The idle time is they just do nothing. You go, sit back and think, what we can do better for the business. Go and visit market. Think about the analytical side of it. I can assure you, I have 25% free time in a month. So let's say if I work 20 days, 3 to 4 days I have practically free time. I go and meet potential customers. I build very strong relationships. I'm extremely active on LinkedIn. I will go and do study books. I will spend that time to understand what really is happening in the market. Obviously for personal interest also, but secondly, when we go and meet a CEO, let's say since the kind of work we do, our governance meetings are with the CEO of the company, because you handle sales for them. At that point of time, the discussions are never about KPIs, business. वो ठीक है, वो तो team कर रही है. It was more about our ability to give them some plausible insights which they don't have access to. I mean, how will you give insight if you are not reading newspaper, if you are not in touch with other CFOs? Let's say today I know that I have people who handle British Telecom FP&A. I have somebody who runs Magic Bricks. I can always call Hitesh and say, यार हम भी GCC लगा रहे हैं, तुम्हारा क्या व्यू है कि अगर हमारे एम्प्लॉइज को कुछ क्वेरी हो और उनको पॉलिसी बिना पढ़े ऑनलाइन ही सब कुछ हो जाए. That's the issue statement. Hitesh can say, Gaurav, ye kar lo tum. See, our idea is we have 100,000 people. Just imagine one query a day, it's 100,000 queries to HR team. Some of these things we are doing. So we are already implementing in our case also automated system where people can put in a query, system can reply back, very basic stuff. But these are some of the things we have to do. So Ankur, I have a very different view on the free time. I think if we run a very tight rope on time, we become extremely slaved by the corporate stuff, by the corporate framework. You need some free time to think, sit back, and do what nobody else is doing. That's my personal view. So I'm not really worried about using that free time. I'm more worried about being ahead on the tech curve. And it also forced team to think differently. Let's say when we started the journey with PwC, the idea was कि एक tool implement कर लेते हैं. It's like implement damn everything which they have. If it fails, then who is, it's a bigger failure for PwC. I know PwC country head. I can call him and say, guys, you screwed us. That's the kind of relationship we have built. It's up to them to ensure that we win, not for me to win. For me, it's another small write-off I can do, right? It's a cost of being best. That's another thing which I want to say, that sometime as a CFOs, even for AI, we think everything should have a return, as you rightly asked. Not everything in the life has a return. And I have seen it so closely. In one of the role, we were struggling, and I can tell you very clearly, Ankur, take like a minute. I was talking to investor, and I was struggling to. I'm expert in share price management, so that's another skill I have for promoters. And we were not able to get the leverage. We were not able to unlock the value of the share, which we have. Just to give you a math, I joined at a 400 rupees share price. I left at a 22,500 rupees share price. After I left, it has still come down to 7,500. 3 years, market moved 50%, share price moved downward 60%. We became top 400 listed companies in the India. Our PE ratio was 3 times the PE ratio of another FMCG company. And it was like well thought of, it took us 6 years to reach there. The reply we got from the investor is that your tax cases are extremely high. Your contingent liabilities are beyond, a perceived risk which we want to take on your balance sheet or on your P&L. So, if you want that, then you have to go to the best of the best. We went ahead, we searched, we've hired the best partner or the best consultant, and we worked with KPMG to clean it up. Around 20 crore of contingent liability. So I have a very strong view that if you want to be best in AI, first you have to spend money. Nothing is free. You have the culture of doing it right first time. So what most of the CFOs are struggling is there's no budget. We want AI to be implemented. We use generic versions. We use public domain versions. That's a very high risk thing. And that's a different topic to discuss, but that's my personal view. You need a culture to do it. In our case, it's a cultural thing. Our CEO wants us to be trained on AI. We have people who are experts on AI, which we can go back and ask, as Hitesh asked. So let's say, Hitesh, we have a training on prompt. I have a training guide how to write a prompt. So that I refer. But I have somebody who was running AI for Amazon, has been hired in the group. So that's the kind of talent we are hiring. So that's a very different conversation, Ankur. But it's a myth that finance team has to be busy all the time. I think we need at least 5-10% free time.
I think, Gaurav, I think you're right. And probably that's the reason I was asking this. And probably just to a closure remark that you said in the beginning that the role of human will still be there for relationship building and for thinking new. So that's where when you free up the space, you can use it. So ultimately, this is a circle. So once you are able to do it, it is intangible in the beginning, but become tangible over a period of time. And that's why investment has to start first, and then it will come. So I think Mulesh has a question. Mulesh, yeah.
Yeah, Mulesh.
Yeah, thank you. I have a question which is going in my mind. So implementing AI, we have two type of approach. One is management approach, where the management wants, top leadership wants people to use more and more AI. In this scenario, they give access to the AI tool, paid versions, like Claude, LLM, which we have discussed about Google tool, and other tools, where people can freely use. The second thing is there, if the bottom approach, if the people wants to use, but organization is not so much supportive, or they left things on the employees. Okay, whatever you want to do to learn AI or implement AI, then how it should be taken by finance team member. They should select any tool. In this case, people will come with their own tools that will be non-standard. Is it fine, or they will make their own scripts to easy their work, or it should be standard things which the retailers should do in the company? Standard tool which the people should use.
See, Mulish, I mean, I will not recommend. In fact, it's not even right. So we have now DPDP already being implemented. And all your official data stays at a public server. So you can learn whatever way you want to learn personally, but on official side, that's what I told. You need to have a buy-in from the management, or you as a CFO should have a budget which you will invest, and it's not that costly. The licenses are not really costly. Your top 2 3 guys can have license to play around with the data, but anything unlicensed is very big risk. It's an absolute no. On a personal side, you can do whatever you want. Like, doesn't matter to the organization.
But if the junior people want to do something in AI, like they want to streamline their work to using the AI, then should we, in fact, allow the people to make their own customized tool?
But then they will issue the licenses. No, a company like Unilever will not do that. I mean, it's not even possible. If you want your teams to use AI, you need to have a framework around it. People should be given the licenses. People should be trained for it. You have a culture where you support people to use AI. I mean, Unilever, or for that matter, any company can't do it like tomorrow you as a CFO start using it because you want to use it, without a corporate framework around it. It's very critical, and maybe in coming months you will see a lot of frauds being happening, or people abusing AI for personal benefits and all. So you have to be careful around it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I will Ankur, which you asked. So I have a slide, which it's again, when you see notebook LLM, it's AI.
You have to share your screen. I think it will
sorry.
go now.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem.
I will just share. It's a very interesting slide. I think you guys should have a look at it. Share your views. It's called human in the loop model. Exactly what you are saying. You guys should just have a read of it. And see, this is the summary of it, Ankur, as you were asking. The role shifts from data gatherer, right, to strategic business partner. The essential task of monitoring, verifying, and applying judgment will always require human oversight. And the term which officially used, and you will see it if you go and attend programs, human in the loop model. AI cannot work independently, except, let's say, few tasks I'm not talking, but from a CFO perspective, AI, let's say today, I spend nothing on this, Ankur. Everything is done by AI. I don't have to take out data, print, PDF, all gone. It's all done by them. So phase 1, data lake handles volume. Phase 2, machine do the calculation and drafting. This is what we are doing. Human review, we will do a human review. Tax professional verifies. This is what exactly we will do. And then we will apply our intellect, or advisory, or whatever field you are in, to do the job. This is more machine, this is more human, and that's the loop. So machine will feed the data to the human, and then human intellect will feed the data to the machine.
I think the Gaurav, the only thing which is something you are maybe perhaps which is in the background, which you have not which with something you have already talked but not put in there, is a lot of work has been done in the background to help AI to do the job. That's something talked about. You did contract management tool, you did data gathering and all. So a lot of layer you have created in the background, which is very very invisible in your but that's a lot of work you did in the background, which is something the real effort has happened. I
Yes,
think
yes.
if you ask me.
True. I mean, I joined the company around a year back. We did a lot of work in Devyani, when we were doing transition from Mr. Chapuria to his son. See, all the great success needs extremely focused hard work and data. And that's the foundation of everything we are trying to do. I mean, we are not there. A lot of work we have to do. My next target is, what we can do on AP side. But yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. It takes time and effort and journey to make it happen. I think we are there. I think we are ahead of the curve. That I'm pretty sure. Now we are training our people. We are planning to do more trainings for us. We are training our teams on Google Sheets. that's another mega project we have taken. A series of training programs.
Gaurav, just for a reference and maybe for everybody reference, next week the speaker, something I'm working with, is from the GCC. So he will be possibly sharing experience on source to pay. So if you have time, Gaurav, you
Yes,
can
yes.
join that, because source to pay something I think is a most hot area in the agent space where a lot of work is happening. So
Okay.
probably he's working on that. I will share. If you can join,
Please.
you can join.
Oh, yes,
But
yes, I can join. A
yeah,
lot of time
that
I've saved through AI. अभी तो मैं बताया आपको.
I can see that. Over to
I
you
I
again.
I don't. I'm pretty relaxed on these things.
Great.
I'm
I
busy,
think one
but
of the few CFOs I have seen that who says I'm relaxed, I have time.
yeah, I have time. See, time is
Okay.
something we need to have. I always say that, and my firm belief. And probably because I've seen both the sides of the coin. I've spent 10 years in a very, very aggressive corporate scenario, running factories and doing global audits, and with promoters, working with Mr. Japuria or with Isha Ambani. It's very different ballgame. I think the reason you can be successful is because you have time at hand. And how do you create it is up to you. How do you prioritize? How do you hire the right talent? And I think a big reason to become successful is to hire the right talent, not necessarily the costliest one, but who is absolutely right fit for the job. And then you pay the right amount of money. We as a CFO are thrifty. We cut 5,000, 20,000. ऐसा चलता ही नहीं है life.
Oh, I think this is again a different topic.
Yeah, but I can tell you why I have time, because I have people who are paid the right money, not because they were at 20 lakhs, we hired them at 30 lakhs, because the job is worth 30 lakhs. So I don't really worry about previous money. I see the amount of money which we should give to the guy for the job I am hiring. That's the investment we should do.
Agreed. I think no doubt. And I have burned my hands both ways, Gaurav. So I
I'm
totally
sure.
agree. I
Each one
have
of us
paid,
has
I
burnt.
have paid, I have paid more money, still not got the output. So I have burnt hands. So I can say
I know.
money is not a factor. It is the other way actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are open to questions. I have nothing major slides. I think that was more important.
Great.
The human loop is very important. So you guys should be focused about it. I will just close
So
the.
guys, we can ask Gaurav, we can have more debate on what he has shared.
Feel.
Let's wait for a minute. Let people, make their thoughts. Maybe. Harsh,
I
are
agree
you
with
there?
the Gaurav. I agree with the Gaurav in terms of the right members in the team. Even at Magic Bricks, earlier I used to have one team member who is purely a tech person, just because not my tech team is not capable, but to have a bridge between finance and tech. So that guy knows about the languages. Even myself, I did a lot of coursing on AI, ML, blockchain, everything. So that I am equipped with what I need to get a right execution translated. But now, in the current scenario, I am also expanding teams to do a lot of development ourselves itself, because now we are not dependent on tech team to do. A lot of like AI Studio, Google AI Studio is one of the best tool I have seen, which can make your life easy, since we are already on Gmail, G Suite. So it's help us to make our apps. Like we made one app on GST reconciliation. We made one app on contract management. I remember we used to pay 4 lakh type on development, and then there's a yearly recurring maintenance charges. Now everything is that 2% who are not even technical also, they learned from YouTube, Google, whatever, and they made that AI Studio app. But now we are enhancing team with the right talent who knows this and come with the right kind of skill set. So very valid point, Gaurav. We need to strengthen. I can see people who used to spend close to 4 to 5 man days on certain reconciliations. Now they can do just on a click of a button, and that too on the real time. Fetching the data from 2A to B, SAP download, sending mails to leaders, sending mail to defaulting parties, putting a block on the system itself. Do not release GST because he's a defaulter on depositing GST to government. So yes, a lot of learning and a lot of new initiative just to enhance your team and get free time for yourself, so that you you also learn new things.
True.
I think, Hitesh, you made a very relevant point, because what I'm realizing now, and I'm sure many of you are doing that while hiring people now, hiring mechanism in finance will also change or is changing. Because earlier, the only thing at least I can say my case, that how much experience you have in finance, or, are a chartered accountant, or say CMA or whatever, XYZ, but probably that was the thing. Now, the thing will be asked that which kind of AI tools you are using, how much you are can be reliable on AI. And so that way, I think there is an extra leverage, because once you hire a guy who has plus AI experience, then probably you are hiring an output of 1.5, because you know that this guy, when he start the job, they will start from certain, overall and above level. Rather, they will not start from basic, because a lot of things will be already AI can help them. So that way, you may be paying them even higher money, but the output may go much higher. So I think the entire hiring concept will change, and entire thinking for hiring, even how to leverage your employees, will change in the future. As Gaurav you also
And
mentioned.
one thing I also observed, or I feel earlier, if you look at, there is a clear demarcation of the language. When I say the language, whether you're on .NET, whether you're on Java, so that kind of an expertise is required. But now, currently, one tool, if you learn how to do a correct prompting, you can use that skill set in any other tool. Like what Gaurav said. So now, if they are taken in Claude, if you have an expertise in using Gemini, you can copy paste that kind of an expertise and take the advantage of the new tool. For example, I have a pro subscription for Grok, Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT. Almost all recent one. I stopped using Perplexity because it's too complicated to get the right answer. But these four tools, Claude, Grok, and ChatGPT and Gemini, gives you more or less whatever you need. So from a writing point, Claude is better. From searching latest trend on Twitter, Reddit, Grok is better. For doing some thesis, research, Gemini is better. All your tasks rest, ChatGPT is better. Okay. So even though the free version are much better, the point is you don't need to be expert in one language, because earlier, if you are Java, you make your stream in Java. If you're .NET, you are stuck with the .NET. But once you know one language, means you know how to use the tool, you can use any tool. So I think that skill set, what current young generation is also getting, it's also quite a learning factor.
In fact, Desh, I just noted Grok. Grok I have not used, so I will take Grok license now. Probably I want to use Grok. But one thing which is
Don't take the license now, but you just do a sign up
version.
and you'll find it free version.
I will use it. But I think one thing which is coming.
Grok is owned by Grok is owned by X, SpaceX guy. Okay, Elon Musk. So it's a very tightly integrated with Twitter. And most of the recent talk means, for example, if you need to do analysis of some stock, there are expert posting on Twitter. Okay, that's a Twitter is still the handle which most known celebrities still use, even after whatever happened from Twitter to X kind of a transition. But Twitter is still a genuine, reliable source of a first point information. So I have one prompt which I put Grok generally do, not for doing an investment, but it just every 8 a.m. in the morning, it just go and scrape the yesterday's tweets after closing the market. So give the market sentiment, how the market will open. And generally I find 80 to 90% that sentiment is correct, because most of the people do analysis after 4:30 p.m. And Grok just do the analysis of what have been posted on Twitter for the last 4 hours, 5 hours after the market, so that you are prepared on opening the market. For example, the current report which I today get, it's more on the bullish side. It also do option scraping. It also do how the order book is getting generated, so that mostly, one caveat coming is what Trump Baba is doing. If he do something during weekend, you also get to know firsthand, because it's already on the Twitter. So I'm just sharing my how I get myself updated on the market next day.
I think this is interesting. I think something at least for me to take away. But I think one thing which is coming up now, we are all working with multiple AI models. I think at least what I am observing, at least as I said, I am using two. Now I will add probably one more. Google Gemini, yeah, I use a little bit. So probably now the new thing which is happening, how do you juggle between, couple of AI model to get the best out of, what do you want to do?
I answer मैं आपको देता हूँ Ankur. So I also use one. So there's one good LLM which consolidate all. You don't need to buy a separate one. There's abacus.ai, abacus.ai. You take that subscription. It's a very cheap $10 a month. You get access to all latest model. So it's again token based. It's not unlimited, but you primarily get whatever you want to do from these different models. Okay. The user interface is a backend itself, but the backend API keys are talking to different model. I started using that, but somehow it has a faster token consumption. So I moved to respective one. But if you want to take experience of different model, it has a all leading model available right now. I don't know whether Fable is there or not, but Sonnet latest one is there. Even the Grok, Gemini, the Chat GPT, the latest one is also on the abacus.ai. It's a very good tool. You can explore that. You feel that. Even you can compare that. Earlier, there is website yupp.ai, yupp.ai. They stopped that. So what they used to do, they do ranking of different model. It's a free website. You put a query, they rank answer basis different models. You select that earn tokens. But that website is discontinued. But there are multiple sites. But abacus.ai is a relevant one. No first 100 INR means $10 a month kind of a subscription plan they have.
So it is AMACUS.
Abacus, 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 abacus.ai.
Okay. Cool. Got it. Okay. Okay. Any thoughts from anyone?
No,
I need to leave. Ankur, I need to leave. I have one guest coming
No
now.
problem.
So
No problem.
pleasure meeting you. I am always available on LinkedIn. I will also drop in. My number is in the group. Gaurav, I will connect you on the LinkedIn. Pleasure meeting you. And we'll definitely do because I can see the wavelength matching with this group. So pleasure meeting you all. Thank you so
भेजा
much.
मैंने आपको invite हितेश भेज दिया मैंने.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you, Hitesh. Bye-bye. Yeah. So Harsh, anyone else have any questions for Gaurav?
No, I was just adding that I agree to that what Gaurav and Hiten were saying. It's important to take some steps on that. And I think we need to motivate our teams and need to see that how hiring is improving on that side. Because that make a lot of sense. Yeah, at the organization level, we might be bounded with some of the framework, whatever we have for the AI. We can influence, we can try to get a better tools arrangement for that. But yeah, we need to follow the governance on that side. But in addition to that, in our day-to-day life, if we start using that I think will be great example in that, and we will be easy going with these AI tools. So maybe just to share with the group. So while I'm driving to office, so I use a lot to Gemini on a voice command, try to find out, even if I need to travel somewhere, I can get all the details. Okay, what is the booking status? What are the flights available? What are the pricing and all, hotels and all, everything you get there. So I think that's good if we start using that in a day-to-day life. Will help.
Yeah, I think. Well, so maybe another 5 minutes else we will. Any last thought from anyone else? We will request closure of the session then.
Yeah.
Nothing from my side, Ankur.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you then.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you
Ankur.
all.
Thank you,
Good to meet
everyone.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thanks, Gaurav. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank
No
you.
problem.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.